Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm very excited because we're going to be reviewing the brand new Dominique Cosmetics Rustic Glam Palette. So here's the outside casing. It is very nice, vibrant blue with some embossed DQ for Dominique Cosmetics. It says Dominique Cosmetics on the front, and on the back we get the shades and obviously the name Rustic Glam and that it's cruelty free. If anyone didn't know, here is the regular case. So it's nice. It's a hard cardboard case. There's no, it's not going to stain easily like, you know, the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. It is embossed and it's raised up the Rustic Glam portion of this with a seal. It's got nice blue and white coloring. So let's open up this palette. It is luxe. It's got a humongous mirror in it and 12 shades. This retails for $44. Let's kind of take a look and review some of the shades. So we've got like a neutral crease color here, very bright pop of blue, bone colored shade, green, and then a metallic blue, a pink metallic berry, a metallic black, and a metallic, no, this is a matte, no, this is a green, I'm sorry. And then we've got another transition shade, a bronzy shade, and then an outer corner shade. So we will do the eyeshadow look, and at the end I'll let you know my thoughts. Is it worth it or not? But let's just try to do a little bit more of a wearable shade today. Yeah, because there's a lot going on here. Oh, and the shade names are right underneath. And so I do think with all Dominique palettes, she always gets it right with the large packaging, the large mirror, the large pan sizes, usually multifunctional. That can this probably can double as a contour, and then like a highlight or something in here. But what is unique about her brand is that she has this DQ embossed in every single shadow, and I think that's a really good detail. It's very quality. It's good high quality for that. This shade right here is a shimmer shade, so I have to show it to you. It's shimmery, but it doesn't look it, but it is. So I know you guys are all dying for me to get into this tutorial, so let's just jump right in. If I do say so myself, I'm going to take Free Spirit, which is this white bone shade in the palette, and I'm going to set down my eye primer on both eyes. I think I'm just going to do one eye on camera and one eye off for you guys. So I'm going to take the shade Wildflower right here. This is a nice pink shade. Let's see the pigment in this. Oh, right off the bat, intense pigment. I'm doing my eyes first because I don't want a disaster on my face in case there's fallout. Usually on her palettes there is little to no fallout, and with this shade there's no fallout. I don't need to build it up anymore, but I will build just a little bit. Flare it out. This is really performing nicely. The blendability is always there with her shadow palettes. I don't doubt that for a second. Taking another brush, let me just dip right into Fringe right here. So it's like a cool tone shade, and I'm gonna go right in the crease with this shade. It's a little less pigmented, but still no fallout, and I didn't even tap my brush off. So this does take a little bit of building up. I'm sure if I didn't have that vibrant pink in the crease that it would be just fine. Okay, I want to take Desert Queen here, and I want to run that in the crease. I did tap that off. So this is sort of like an orangey shade. Pretty unique. I haven't seen, it's in between mustard and yellow. It's really pretty actually. I like this shade a lot. So I have never seen a palette like this with the color layout and story and the, you know, the metallics and the mattes. I haven't seen a palette like this before. So I'm very intrigued, and the way they're performing is like a standard Dominique Cosmetics palette would, which is incredible. I love this. So is it worth the money? I don't know. We'll see. What I'm going to do now is take sort of a flatter brush. I'm going to take the Sigma E45 and go into Suede right here. This is the darkest, not really, the darkest matte shade in the palette. And I'm just going to put this on the outer corner. This is more of a wearable shade for day to day. So there is some fallout with this particular shade. I'm seeing, yeah. But I don't really care about that. The shadows are lightly pressed, which means it's good quality, so I'm not mad about that. And there's, frankly, fallout in every single eyeshadow palette on the market, basically. You can make it have fallout, is what I'm saying. So that's blending really beautifully as well, and it's nice and pigmented, which is what I want. You can build this up to your intensity level, whatever you want. I'm going to drag that all the way inward once I'm done with the outer portion. So now that we are done here, I'm going to take a flat shader brush and go right into Bohemian right here, this nice bronze shade. And I'm first going to take it dry and see how it performs. Oh, wow. The pigment in person is unbelievable. What? For you guys at home that can't really see. Oh no, you can see. I want to wet this and see the intensity that I get. Can't wait to see this. So I'm just wetting it with some Fix Plus. Going back in. And I don't ever spread it. I just pat it. So it's almost kind of looking, oh no, it's picking up a little bit more. I thought it was looking the same, but it is a lot more vibrant now. But I can't really see it when I shut my eye, maybe. So yeah, it's super pretty. This is the most wearable I'm going to be able to get it. I'm going to go do the other eye off camera, sort of deepen up the crease, and I will be right back. All right, guys, I'm back. So this is the most wearable I can make it look for like an everyday basis kind of look. What do you guys think? I think it took a lot to build this outer corner to the depth that it is at. And looking in the palette, it looks like it should be super dark, and it isn't. It took a lot to build that up. So this is one shadow that I'm underwhelmed by. But I just wanted to come back on here and say, let's go ahead and do our liner. If you guys struggle with liner and really need a good liner, check out the Benefit Roller Lash. It's like my favorite liner. If you don't know how to do a wing, this will be your best friend. And I do tug at my eye. So I just put like a little bit up here and then I connect it. And it's super easy to do. That was like it. That's done. It's so super easy. There are brushes in this line as well, which I did not get. There's a brush set that retails, I think it's $6 a piece for a brush, which is not too bad, but they look cheap. And I saw other reviews that say they look cheap, but that they don't feel cheap. So if you wanted to pick up the brush set, you could. I don't think it's necessary because, well, we have, you know, our own brushes, and even Wet n Wild brushes are amazing. So I love all her other launches. They're super good quality. This is very good quality, very sturdy. Like I said, big mirror, huge pan size in here, lots of different variety of colors, very good quality of the shades. I will swatch the shades at the end and I will give you my final review. But we still have the lower lash line to work on, so let me go slap on my other makeup and I will be right back. Alrighty guys, I finished up my makeup and let's go ahead and get right into the lower lash line portion of this. I'm going to be taking this blue, but first I need a base. So I'm taking the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil, waterproof and deep end, and I'm just going to line not necessarily the waterline, but a little bit underneath that, so that we can have a base for the blue to stick to. I'm just trying to use the colors in here to see how they perform for you. I don't know if you all want to see swatches, so I might not do it, but just keep the video shorter. So what I'm going to do now is take this Makeup Geek pencil brush and go into Dream Catcher. And it is very, it has a lot of fallout. Like, look at over here, and you can see the dust in the air. So I'm just going to layer that underneath, and that looks really, really beautiful, actually. You can see. Super beautiful. And then I'm going to take the matte blue in Evil Eye right here, and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to go put on some mascara, the YSL The Shock, my favorite, and I'll be right back with my thoughts on this palette. Alright guys, so now we're really going to get into it. Although I like the packaging and everything like that, I do like most of the formula that I use today. Again, it's got the embossed DQ, the nice mirror, the 12 shades. They're very pigmented. I had issues with this shade not being dark enough at all. This shade had tons of fallout. This shade had a little bit of fallout. And this shade is not extremely pigmented. I do like the eye look I came up with, but for the price of this, it doesn't seem that unique, and it doesn't seem like I can do very much more than what I did today, other than like smoke the purple on the bottom. This shade is super random. This shade is really weird. Why it's sparkly, I don't know. And then there's this green, and then there's that green. So let me just put swatches on my arm and we'll see what the tea is. All right, I did it on my arm. I really want you guys to see. This is Fringe, Evil Eye, Free Spirit, Cactus, Dreamcatcher, Wildflower, Suede, Bohemian, Desert Queen, Wanderlust, Moonchild, and Gypsy. To me, these are super lackluster, and when I was applying them, they were very powdery. It went all over my shirt, all over the palette. This does not seem to be worth the money to me at all, and I hate saying that because I do love Kristen Dominique's other palettes, the Latte palette and the Berries and Cream palette. I stand by those 100%. I really do recommend those, and I love those. If you guys want me to do some looks with those, leave a request down below. But for the money, honestly, the colors, they're lackluster. They don't make sense. The color story just doesn't make any sense. We can't do a lot with this palette. It's really, really super dusty. I'm very unimpressed. I'm thinking of returning this. I don't like it so much. Like I said, the eye look is fine, but I have a lot of other palettes that are way more affordable that actually does the exact same thing. So for this, for me personally, it's a pass. If this is something that you think you're interested in, go ahead and pick it up. But like I said, the formula is not the same as it is in the Latte palette and the Berries and Cream palette, just because it is super dusty and the shades are somewhat, instead of being foiled, they're just sort of like glittery almost. And I found that with especially these two down here, that this was less pigmented and more glitter, and this was less pigmented and had a lot of just glitter particles, like big chunks of glitter particles. But they're super dusty, especially this one, like all super dusty up here. Dusty. This one was the best shade out of all of them. This one and the bone colored shade, but that was super dusty as well. So for the money, This new release is not worth it in my opinion. I would totally pass on this. It doesn't make sense. Like I said, there's not much you can do with it, and the quality is just not there like her other palettes. So unfortunately, this right here is a no-go. It's a pass. Save your money. Get a different palette. I'm sure there are other palettes that have the blues in it, like the Desi and Katie for Occasion palette. I would 100% recommend that. I have that and I love it. But I hope you guys found this review helpful. I really tried my best. I like the eye look I created, like I said, but I don't want to recommend something to you that I don't like personally, and I do not like this palette. So take that with a grain of salt. It is, in the end, just makeup at the end of the day. It all can be washed off. Take my opinion with a grain of salt. If you don't like it, you don't have to take my opinion at all. You do what you feel like you had to do and have to do, and I swatched it for you. I applied it on the eyes. I told you my thoughts, and with that, I love you all. If you haven't subscribed, I hope you'll subscribe at the end. It's free, and hit that notification bell. I will see you all in my next video. I love you all and have a great day. Bye.